Hello and welcome to my monthly favourites. Today I'm going to share with you 5 of my favourite things for the month of May. One thing that I have found that is new is these new naked bars, and I have never come across them in shops before. It is a coffee and walnut bar. It is vegan, gluten-free and no added sugar. All it's got in it is raisins and dates, and then it's got cashews, almonds and walnuts, as well as coconut and of course coffee, and they are so delicious. I think I had one and just knew I loved them, so I went online and ordered a whole batch of them. But they are so nice, especially with a cup of coffee, and I tend to keep them in my drawer when I'm working so I can snack on them in the day. But I have thoroughly been enjoying those. I do like a lot of the other flavours that they do, like the lemon drizzle. They've got a blueberry crisp one, and what's the other one I like a banoffee flavour. But I've got to say the coffee and walnut's my favourite. Another thing I have really got into this month is my running again. And when I got back from the trail, I did a bit of running and a bit of walking, and I've never really stuck at anything. And especially during these times of lockdown, it has been quite tough because I love going out for proper long day hikes out in the middle of nowhere, but that has just not been possible recently. We're able to go out for one form of exercise during the day, and obviously you have to be sensible. You can't go anywhere where you might be at risk of injuring yourself and then having to call people out. So going for a walk every day has only been, let's say, half an hour to an hour, which hasn't been kind of scratching that itch for me. So I took up running more seriously. So I kind of dabbled with it when I got home, enjoyed it. But now I'm doing it 3 or 4 times a week, and I have decided, probably shouldn't admit this, but I've decided to try and do a marathon. So I am somebody that needs goals, needs something to stick to, needs a plan so I can make a list. And I've decided to try and do a marathon. Don't know when, hopefully next year when everything gets back to normal. But I've started my training now, and I thought, what better time to do it now, because we've got a bit of time on our hands, we're able to go out more and for longer with exercise, and it's something that just gets me feeling good about myself, and that's what's important. I don't do running for weight loss, I don't do running to look good, I do it because it makes me feel amazing. The next thing I have been enjoying this month is a recent purchase, and if I can avoid buying anything, I will, because I hate taking on new things into my life, but this was a bit of a must. And I have been spending an awful lot of time at my laptop recently because I'm writing my book, I'm doing lots of video editing, sorting out lots of photographs, things like that. And I have noticed that my headaches have started getting worse again, which is unusual because they got so good, especially when I was out on trail. But obviously coming home, sat in front of a computer, slouching at a desk is obviously going to cause a lot of neck problems. So I've done a lot of research and found out that the best solution is to raise my laptop so that it's more like at eye level. And then what I decided to do was get a keyboard and a mouse. So the ones I chose were the Apple Magic Keyboard and the Apple Magic Mouse 2. And I like them because they match my laptop, so I've got the MacBook Pro. I like it because it all matches the colour scheme, I know, I'm a little bit of a dork. But they're fully rechargeable, so they can be wireless, and that's why I like it. I hate having all that clutter on your desk. So you just connect them by a USB and it charges it up for about a month or so, which is amazing. And I love the fact that the mouse has got a scroll and a swipe feeling to it. So I don't have to worry about putting my arms up and changing it on my laptop. So that is a new purchase, and it has made such a difference already. I think my posture instantly has kind of gone from that to that because I'm now looking straight ahead rather than slouching down, because what used to happen was during the day I'd be looking down at my laptop screen, but then I'd kind of end up like that, gravitating towards the slouch position, and I don't think that's going to be good for me in the future either. I have found an amazing recipe for a smoothie. So when I was having so many headaches when I was looking at my computer screen all the time, I thought, right, how can I make myself better? And I try and do it as natural as possible at all costs, so drinking more water, doing exercise, getting a good sleep routine, that kind of thing. But I googled which smoothies and which foods are best for headaches. And one of the smoothie ideas that came up was watermelon with spinach, peppermint oil and almond milk. So I thought, why not? I'll give anything a go. And I blended it all together and it was delicious. And to look at, you think it's very green, but I think the watermelon and the peppermint it really sets off the flavours, and it has got a bit of a creamy texture to it as well. So I've been glugging a couple of those here and there, and I thought they were amazing. So I will put the recipe below for you if you want to try it out. It's unusual, but definitely try it. It's worth having a go. The last thing that I have enjoyed this month, it's an unusual one this. It has been listening to nature sounds whilst I'm working. And I am somebody that struggles normally in silence. I get easily distracted and fidgety. So when I'm writing, I always have some background music, and that's usually a bit of classical, so gentle classical background music with no vocals in it. It's always got to be instrumental. But as I was writing all about the desert, I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to see how it would feel bringing the desert to life a bit by having nature sounds playing as I'm writing. So I gave it a go, and it has absolutely changed my world. So I'll be sitting there writing, and one minute I've got rain and streams and thunderstorms I'm listening to. The next minute I've got bird sounds and crickets, and then I've got campfire sounds, and then there's a blend of all of them together. And I just love sitting there listening to those sounds, because I think when you're writing especially, I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but if you surround yourself with like smells, like I've been burning certain oils, and sounds, it makes you feel more centered and like you're there, and it kind of reminds you of how you felt when you were doing that thing. And I have really enjoyed that this month. It has been a lot of fun listening to all these different sounds, and every now and then I'll get a little shock if the thunderstorm's a bit loud and have to turn it down. But other than that, it is working very well. So I hope you have enjoyed this month's monthly favourites. And as always, please share your favourites down below. I love hearing what other people have enjoyed this month. Somebody mentioned last month about a certain essential oil for me to try, and it sounds absolutely gorgeous. So as soon as one of mine runs out, I'll definitely try that. So I hope everyone's keeping well, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye!